So yeah, as I was saying, I'm not sure I would characterize my encounter, what I just did there, with the destroyer as easy. I died 3 times, although I got my second wind easily enough. There's that word again. By just shooting the tentacles. I didn't really have a strategy. When I first faced the destroyer in playthrough 1, I just went at him with an SMG. Same thing, double anarchy SMG, and went shot at the mouth, took him down without taking any damage at all. Barely any damage, not no damage, but barely any damage. Didn't die at all, not once. So I didn't really learn anything how to deal with them. So this time around, basically the only plan I had was just go at him with a double anarchy SMG again. And I was reading in the strategy guide how you could shoot the tentacles to get your second wind. So I figured, well, just stay out in the open so that if I go into the fight for life sequence, at least I'll be able to see the tentacles. So it looked like a real dumbass strategy, but it worked. So I don't know. Um, a lot of talk about the game. I don't know how long these credits are going to go, but a lot of talk about how the game is too easy. I would not characterize the entire game as too easy. No way. I found both playthroughs, playthrough 1 and playthrough 2, quite challenging. Right up to about maybe 2/3 of the way through playthrough 1, and then in playthrough 1 I happened upon that double anarchy SMG and a couple of other key weapons. And also by that time my character level was 2 or 3 levels, maybe even 3 or 4 levels higher than the level of any mission that the game could throw at me. So I was basically out leveling all the missions that I was, taking on. And that was because I was doing all the side missions, so I was getting a lot of experience. I was doing all the side missions, okay? I should also mention that I don't farm. I don't do any farming whatsoever. I find farming boring. And for those of you who don't know, farming is when you, like for example, there's all these red chests in New Haven. You just walk into town in New Haven and there's like I think 5 weapon chests, and I forget how many of them are red. But anyways, you could just like go into New Haven, search all the weapon chests, and then exit the game, reload the game, and all the weapons in those weapon chests will respawn. And then you just keep doing that over and over and over again until you find some really kick-ass weapons. I don't do that. That's what's known as farming. I don't do that. I find that boring. So that's not part of my fun when playing Borderlands. Alright, so just to clarify that. Yeah, so no, I would definitely not characterize the entire game as too easy, but I would say maybe the last third of playthrough 1 was a total cakewalk because of that double anarchy SMG. And playthrough 2, when I got to playthrough 2, I was thinking, okay, this is going to be a cakewalk too. And man, oh man, it kicked my ass. I was really surprised by the bad mother corrosive skags and bad mother fire skags and stuff like that. All the enemies with the bad mother prefix turned out to be a real challenge, and so I had to get used to them and get my Borderlands legs back again and develop a rhythm. And once I did that, that came about maybe about halfway through playthrough 2, then it was a lot more manageable. So no, definitely not the whole game is too easy. I think that is, personally, I think that's an exaggeration on the part of some gamers who are posting on the forums. There's no way the entire game could be characterized as too easy. The end part, last third of each playthrough, if you find some real kick-ass weapons and you're really out leveling, like your character level is really high, then yeah, the game will become a lot easier. But post a comment. You just saw what I just did there in the Eridan Promontory. Post a comment. Would you characterize that as easy? I don't know. I was one-shotting a lot of those guardians, but then I had a pretty good shotgun, But then again, I went into low health a few times. You know, was like, you know, there was stressful points there. So yeah, and you know, another thing I like to mention, I see people like they're saying, "Oh, the game is so easy, the game is so easy," and I go to their channel and I watch their Borderlands videos, and they're getting their butts kicked. Like, really, they're getting their asses kicked all over the place. They're going into fight for your life, and you know, and then they go, "Oh, it's easy, it's easy." So, uh, if you're gonna post a comment saying the game is really easy, specify exactly what you mean by easy. You know, like if you're just gonna say, "Ah, the game is dead easy," you know, you're just kind of like flashing your EP-ness. You know, like be specific. You know. Like, for example, what I would characterize as dead easy is if you started up Borderlands for the first time, okay? First time, mind you, and you proceeded to complete playthrough 1 and you didn't die once throughout the entire playthrough, okay? Like no fight for your life sequences, nothing, nada. That's what I would characterize as dead easy, all right? So be specific, please and thank you. Now, a lot of you have been asking me, do I recommend Borderlands? Yes, definitely. The single player campaign is a hell of a lot of fun. I would highly recommend this game. Borderlands is, as of this recording, my official 2009 Game of the Year. Best game I played this year. I think it's a total riot. And I can't comment on the multiplayer mode because, as a lot of you know, I don't enjoy multiplayer gaming at all. Simply because I'm not a team player, never have been, right from early childhood. So that's why I'm self-employed. Not a team player, so I don't enjoy multiplayer gaming. So I can't comment on that. Heard it's tougher. All the power to you. If you want to try it, go for it. But yeah, I definitely recommend, as a hardcore single player gamer, I definitely recommend Borderlands. A lot of fun. Oh yeah, one thing I did do, just out of curiosity, was I started a brand new game with the hunter, and I tried to proceed through the game without doing any side missions whatsoever. And by the time I got to Sledge's safe house, which, as many of you know, is just pretty early on in the game, all the mission was getting rated as impossible. It was indeed impossible. I was way underpowered. So there's a challenge for all you. The game is too easy, folks. There, you know, try to do the game without doing any side missions. No side missions whatsoever. All right. In fact, that's a challenge. I challenge anybody to beat Sledge using the hunter. No side missions. All right. And no farming. No farming. No side missions and no farming. And here we are at the end of the credits. So I'm going to sign off now. Thank you all for watching, and Slack out.